Welcome to ComicCast issue number 153, brought to you by Dwayne's World Comics and Games, 457 East Sullivan Street in Kingsport, Tennessee. They carry comic books, graphic novels, statues, toys, and gaming merchandise, including miniature games, board games, and RPGs. Check them out, Dwayne's World Comics and Games, Kingsport, Tennessee. My name's Boogie Bentley.
And I'm Adam Wade Adams.
Whoa.
And I'm Jason.
Gaumer is MIA. He said we were going to talk about him. So if he's listening, he's already gone. We are at ComicCast Pod on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, wherever you get social with your media. Also, if you want to catch the VIP pre-show, you can do that at patreon.com/ComicCastPod. Trying to get the live chat open here. It drives me nuts. I've said this before. If I go in before the show starts, the video never starts.
I know. That's so frustrating.
Annoying.
You have to re-tap it over and over again or close it, then open it. And sometimes it doesn't pop up on my subscription pages feed. You have to go to home and it pops up stuff you've seen most recently or you're into. And then it'll pop in there. Or you have to go to the channel directly and find it. And then now they added an extra menu too, where you have to hit videos after you hit the channel to go to the most recent.
Yeah.
So frustrating. I don't know why YouTube is like that.
They hate us.
Yeah, they're just, I don't know. It would be really cool if they start adding pictures and GIFs in the comment section. It'd be easy to do.
No, they're doing some membership thing, and you get different emojis and stuff. I don't know.
Man, I don't know. It could be so much better.
How about you just fix Hangouts on air and stop giving emojis? That would be the more important thing. Oh man, so what's going on? Anything exciting before we get into some San Diego Comic-Con news?
Yeah, dude, I'm so excited to hear about this news in San Diego. I haven't heard anything. I've been just out of touch. I talked to you guys in the pre-show about it. I was just really preoccupied this whole entire past week. One was the Daniel Kibblesmith interview for Loki, and then the other one was a Metal Fest my friends and I put on last night. So just been so busy, and it's really nice to kind of chill and talk about comic books.
Yeah, if you want to check out that interview, I should have put the link in the description.
Oh no, it's cool.
You can just search Comic Core Unlimited on YouTube, and you put the Loki cover, right? So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be easy to find. Kibblesmith, good interview, man. I enjoyed it.
Thanks, man. Yeah, he's a really cool guy. He's really funny, man. Yeah. He's just really easy guy to talk to,
I never knew anything about him before that, and now I'm a fan of him.
Sweet. Yeah, that's the goal, man. That's the whole point.
Even if I don't, what I like is even if I don't like his book or whatever, he seems like a cool dude, and I'm a fan.
Did you guys ever read that Quantum and Woody run on Valiant?
I picked up the first one. I like the premise, but I just couldn't get into it for some reason.
Okay, yeah.
But that's me.
It had really good, I thought, art and panel layouts. It was just really nice looking. I just never really seen panel layouts at that point in time before. That was kind of when I was first getting into comic books and trying to spread out besides Marvel and DC. So going to Image and more other brands, or what have you. But yeah, it was really cool. It was really interesting to see just the way the panel layouts were just not your regular kind of left to right or up and down. It was just kind of spread out or over a 2-page spread. Really cool stuff. Really, really nice to look at. I guess Kano was responsible for that, the artist. But man, so cool. But then after that, after that run, it was some other writer took over. I guess it was I wasn't a fan of that run, so I dropped it after that, unfortunately. And they brought back those really cool foil covers, from the '90s throwback of actual foil they had left over in a warehouse that they found, original foil that was used for that. So they had always really shiny covers and embossed, really nice physical product. It was just a rarity to have nowadays. I don't know. That's cool.
I enjoy these '90s cover throwbacks because DC just announced those acetate covers. I believe that was DC. And not too long ago when Dead Man, that issue #1, it was a glow in the dark cover, and I like that. I appreciate the fact they still kind of delve into that. And I don't even think it's necessary these days, but they still do it, and I like it.
Yeah, I really like those. Just I know people call them gimmicks, but I think it's so cool having embossed comics or glossy. They get me every time with the holograms or
my favorites are the old '90s. I think they were Malibu and Ultraverse, because I feel like they had nothing to lose. So like one book had a bullet hole going through the entire book.
Oh wow.
One book I have is Badger, I think, #1, and it's like a picture of his head, and the whole thing is die cut in the outline of his head.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, I mean, it's just I have a Barbie #1 that comes with a Barbie credit card.
Oh wow, that's sweet.
Yeah, I thought it was so funny. It's like, yeah, that's what we need to teach our kids. Charge it. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys remember that board game where it was like a shopping mall? It was like pretty much like, you know, of course, product is like focused towards like young girls. Like I remember the commercials is like these girls like playing like a mall setup in a board game. You had like credit cards and you had to like slide and stop things. I always wanted to play that game as a kid because it looks so cool to swipe that card and like make it talk. I wanted to play it so bad, and I was never able to.
It's like Monopoly actually tried to teach you about how bad it is to go bankrupt, and then you had this board game. It's like, just charge it.
Yeah, and you go to jail. And, yeah.
You guys talking about gimmicks? It's not really a gimmick, but I like where DC does. They're doing so many variant covers, and they always look so cool.
Oh,
What's funny? Ow! As I hit my microphone, is this Aquaman #50? The whole reason I wanted that book is because of the variant cover was just Black Manta. It looks so cool. So Dwayne sick. Didn't have it, and then I still end up buying Aquaman #50 anyway.
Damn.
It's like we'll talk about this later, but this variant of Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, the Lois Lane book had a similar variant cover, and they're very cool variant covers.
Yeah, Jenny Frison did the Lois Lane one with her face on it. Looks like Carmen Sandiego, but like that's just because of the hat. But like so good, her art is amazing.
Yeah, but I mean, even with these variants, as cool as they are, I just think, you know, give me a book that's just of this dude's art variant covers, and I don't need the actual story.
For sure, dude. Yeah, they get me every time with those covers too, man. Like Nightwing had like a bunch of really great covers for a while. That's why I started buying Nightwing in the first place. And the story was like always okay, and then it just got worse and worse. So the cover couldn't even have me buy it. You know what I mean? But
right.
I love those variant covers. The way DC started doing they're pretty much virgin covers. It's like, of course, they had a little text at the bottom, but man, such a great concept. People really appreciate seeing that cover art, and they just finally realized that it took them so long.
Yeah,
so it's really cool to see those. All those face covers too that they're putting out, so good.
Makes it hard when we get to the end of the year and we do the ComicCast awards, figuring out the cover, because there's so many that I don't see. You know, especially if you're not reading the book, you're not, you know, they don't stand out.
Yeah, and it's so hard to pick a cover of the year, especially with all those faces. So good. The Black Manta one was amazing.
Yeah,
the main one from Del Auto looks incredible. There's like another Matina one, I think, also. I'm trying to think. The Brainiac one coming out looks amazing. Like, geez,
it would take you a full day to go through all the Vampirella #1 covers.
Oh my god,
dude! Did it make it through the whole alphabet? I think the whole alphabet was used on those. They may have even got into AA and BB.
They might have. Yeah, I want to say they got to like Q or something like that. But man, all those covers too are so killer. I know I pre-ordered some of them, but like I don't remember which ones. So I'm just waiting for them to come in the mail and then get the ones I missed out on. Oh, it's so good.
I just hope I can get that Banjax Gremlins variant.
Dude, I saw him posted on Twitter. I was like, wow, I need both of those. Then there's a Karate Kid one he did, right? For this
how many times did you see? It's like I don't know who their media guy is, but Action Lab Danger Zone. It's like I was about to send Ryland a message like, dude, stop flaunting it in my face, man. It's like every second there was a post about, you know, come to this table, get these variants, come to this table. It's like, stop it. I want the variant and I can't be there. Just send me a link that I can order it, please.
I know. I really hope he has some left over. He doesn't sell out because I want those covers.
I hope so too. Or something. I hope so.
Yeah, I probably will. Hopefully, I know. I hate saying like, yeah, I hope you don't sell out, but like, I want that cover so bad, and I hope he decides to like sell some extras.
Yeah, I keep searching eBay. I'm watching eBay for San Diego Comic-Con stuff, and that cover specifically. I searched Banjax and nothing yet. But
I want to shout out. I want to shout out TJ Slabdragon Watson in the chat. TJ is awesome. He is probably one of the most like admired collectors in the YouTube community. He doesn't post videos on his channel very much, but like if you ever get a chance to watch one of his videos, he has like a million like CGC slabs of just the most amazing like books you'll ever see. It is incredible. The library he has stacks. We call them sometimes like I think he had an occasion once or two where they fell over because there's stacks so high.
God.
So we call it like a slab-avalanche, you know.
A slab-avalanche.
in the CGC book. Oh, it's so good. He has amazing books. Like I think he has like Vampirella #1 also, you know, like just these iconic, like even golden age comics. Incredible. So yeah, it's so cool. I really want to watch like all his videos.
Does he have any of those Valiant where the Valiant did the slabbed variant covers? Get one of those slabs, so it's like a slab within a slab.
That's very meta.
What's that called? What's that called?
What? A slab within a slab?
Yeah, no. Oh man, I don't know what I'm talking about. Where you got a video within a video?
Oh,
I was thinking that. I was thinking meta. You know, it's just like on top of stuff.
Oh man, this is painful. Me and Adam trying to figure something out.
Yeah,
let's just move on. It starts with an I think. I don't care.
I don't know.
We're gonna go through some San Diego Comic-Con news, and if I can find it here, what we're gonna do is use OutrightGeekery.com. Because Outright Geekery is your one-stop shop for all news, reviews, previews, podcasts, everything geek at your fingertips. But this is the cool thing here. Guys, it should be shared. Yeah, I think it's shared.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can go to outrightgeekery.com/category/SDCC, and they kind of just have all the big stuff laid out here. So check it out. What do you guys want to start with? You want to start with the Eisners?
I want to hear everything. I have not heard any news, so I'm really excited to see all of this right now.
Yeah, well, we need Gaumer. If he still made it this far, we need him because he's Mr. Con News. He follows it. It's like I said, I think it was last night. I was like, dude, I don't know anything that's going on. And he's like, I've got pages and pages of notes. And it's like, well, that doesn't really help when you're not going to be on the show.
Did he? I mean, I guess he.
Do what?
I was going to say, if you want to lock it on to the screen share, to your screen, because it keeps jumping back for us. And like my face is like in the camera looking at the screen.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Let me.
Yeah, just want to lock on to yours. Yeah.
There we go.
All right. I
didn't think about it bouncing when I'm screen sharing. I thought it just stayed on the screen share. All right. Well, we're rookies. We'll figure this thing out.
Yeah, we're good.
So Eisner Awards. I don't put a whole lot of weight into these, but I still do like to look at them. Best single one shot, Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man #310. I didn't read any of that. I think I read the first issue maybe that Zdarsky did.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't read any of Zdarsky's Spider-Man. That first one though, the Tom King one, the Swamp Thing Winter Special, is really good. I know Tom King's been lacking recently, but man, I really like that winter Swamp Thing Winter Special issue. And same thing, best limited series, Mr. Miracle, hands down. I think that was my favorite like comic of the year.
I think I was talking to Matthew Lane, regular listener at the comic shop this week, and we were talking about Mr. Miracle. He was saying how much he loved it too. And I liked it, but I think my problem was that I waited till it was all collected.
Oh, you heard so much hype. So
exactly. So many people were talking about it that it just kind of, man, I still liked it. I still enjoyed it, but it was just hyped up so much.
Yeah. That's really hard to like, cause it's so exciting to read issue by issue, but pull of it when you like a better picture from everything when you read the trade. But then again, it's really hard to avoid and not hearing all the hype. So yeah, that'd be really really hard, man. God, that's a bummer. I'm sorry you heard too much hype about it. You know, that sucks. Like, because I just thought it was amazing.
Has anybody read? I know Adam hasn't. Have you read Giant Days? Best continuing series. I've heard a lot of good stuff, but I've never. I don't even know what it's about. Never picked up a single issue.
No, I see Gideon Falls is on there for Best New Series, which is hands down the best comic book on the shelf, in my opinion. Gideon Falls is amazing.
It's hard when we do our awards at the end of the year because I almost don't want to mention Gideon Falls because I think it was on so many lists last year that we did. I don't know how we do that.
Well, it can win anytime for me. I just love it. Does that one say Best Humor Publication? What would that say?
It's Giant Days also.
Interesting. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I don't like I said, I don't even know what it's about. I don't know what the premise is. Some of these are best reality-based work. I don't even know what half of this stuff is.
Oh, reality-based
Oh,
work.
here you go.
That immediately goes to Alex Ross.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Here we go. Here's some good ones. Best writer. Now that's funny. That's a funny name to be, which I think he was in the mix last year for us. Tom King. Man, he is so polarizing. People seem to either love him or hate him.
Right there, best writer, Tom King, Batman. Like, so Batman is awful, in my opinion. I can't stand reading his Batman.
Do you think it started off awful, or do you think it just slowly got worse?
I think people didn't catch on to how bad it was until like his broad amount of work, you know, until they read pretty much everything and followed along. There's definitely like a Tom King like hype train, I think, for the longest time, you know, because his vision was amazing, you know, and then Mr. Miracle is amazing. But then like his other stuff, dude, I don't know, man. I think like I was saying, like there's a train. I feel like everyone gets off at a certain point when you read Tom King. You know what I mean? People like they find their stop eventually.
I'm OCD though, man, and I gotta have it all. Which I was showing off. Well, you can't see it because I'm screen sharing. I was showing off the Snyder and Capullo. All it is trade paperbacks, but they come in that nice case. Yeah, and I had to complete it, and now I've got Tom King's Batman in trade, and I'll finish it.
Tom King's Heroes in Crisis was hands down the worst book I've ever read. It's so awful. It makes no sense. If it would have been like Black Label, fine, because it's added continuity. That's fine. You can do whatever. You can have characters act however. You can do whatever you want if it's in Elseworlds or Black Label. But because they had tie-ins to Green Arrow, and there's people in like the red one, the guy that died, Roy Harper. At his funeral in the Green Arrow tie-in, you see people that were like that died in Heroes in Crisis, but they're in the background. Like, this is so bad. Just none of it makes sense. Like, a Green Lantern was killed, but you figure a ring would have went to back to the home world and told everyone that there's like a bunch of dead heroes everywhere, and Lantern Corps would have showed up on the spot like in seconds. Like, just none of it made sense, and would have been a really good. I don't know if it would have even been good as a Black Label book either, but like it just was so frustrating at how he just wrote out a character for everyone. The writing was terrible. Even Batgirl's dialogue, she's like, "Hey, thanks, Batman." Like, it was super corny and cheesy. It was so bad. I hated Heroes in Crisis so much.
What did I see about Wally West? They're doing something with Wally West.
Yeah,
I saw it in the preview, and I can't remember.
They're going to continue more Sanctuary Heroes in Crisis. Out of the pages of Heroes in Crisis, they're going to have a Harley and Poison Ivy book. They're going to have a Wally West Flash book.
But nobody important is writing it.
They're Scott Lobdell, who's writing Red Hood, which is awful, and he is also a huge fan of Dan DiDio and doing whatever he says too. So he hates these characters. So you have a guy who hates like Wally West, writing about Wally West. I'm like, okay, let's see how you can ruin this character even more.
Well, my big thing was, if you're going to do it, do it. Just screw it. Go all in and make him a villain, but put somebody good on it moving forward so I can see what happens. But you're putting a no name on it, and nobody's even going to read this book. And everybody's going to look back at Heroes in Crisis and say, remember when they did that with Wally West and it didn't even matter?
I wouldn't say he's a no name. He's been writing Red Hood from the get go, and he's written his fair share of comic books of great stuff in the past. I want to say in the 90s. But like, I never really cared for his writing, and I really don't like his Red Hood, and I hate how stubborn he is with Red Hood. How he doesn't want to give up that book to have anyone else try to write the character. I don't know why it's in his contract.
It's funny because I've been thinking about trying to read that in trade too, going back, but now you just pretty much saved me a whole lot of money.
Yeah, sorry, Scott. My bad, man. No beef. I'm
best penciler, inker, Mitch Gerard's Mr. Miracle.
Oh hell yeah, dude! His art is amazing. If you saw Mr. Miracle, God, it's almost like a mixture between pencils and digital art. It looks like, but
I was going to say, did he do he didn't do his own coloring, did he?
I don't think so.
Coloring is what stood out on that book for me.
God, yeah. There's little digital kind of like panels that they had. It looks like you're kind of tripping or something. I don't know. It's just so good. His art is amazing.
This is cool. I like this. Best cover artist for multiple covers, but I don't know how you Sorrentino doesn't automatically win that. The Gideon Fall covers are amazing.
This face ones are really good. Yeah, Dustin. Nguyen. Yeah, he's really good too, man. His stuff is great. Jen Bartel, I don't know about that. She's right.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing on that Blackbird. I mean, I recognize the book, but nothing on those covers stands out. I would have to go back and look. Best lettering. What?
Yeah.
What?
How many times have we said Todd Klein on this podcast? Like, I can't remember the last time I said it. It's been. I feel like a bunch of other people work their ass off lettering, and then I don't know. Maybe I need to go and look at these books and check out the lettering. But
dude, if our main man Joey C is not on there,
come on, bro.
Yeah, I don't get because you look at what's on there, and I mean, maybe Batman White Knight is what put it over, because everything else I really don't. Except, I mean, Neil Gaiman's. That's
Was it
the
our
only
boy
thing.
Wes Loker over at Alterna Comics that said the only time you recognize a letter is when it's bad lettering?
Yeah. So is this recognizing bad lettering?
No, I think it's Todd Klein winning because it's Black Hammer.
I mean, it's good. I mean, but I mean, man, you can't beat Joey C, bro. He just does his work. He's just constantly good.
We should just
Travis
letter.
Lanham and
yeah,
I mean, all of those guys are workhorses, and I can't remember when we've ever said Todd Klein.
I agree.
Let's move on. Marvel revealed a bunch of their plans for what they're going to do with X-Men moving forward. Gomer was pretty excited about this. I was a little irritated, man, because look at all these books. There's a ton of them,
dude.
But not as excited as he is about catching that bouquet.
Well, he's not going to be excited when he sees me scrolling through his slow website. It's taking forever.
I just pulled it up because I
want
know what you're talking about. But yeah, I mean, yeah, each time like you guys talk, it goes to your camera, and I want to see like the list as well. You know,
mine's staying on
yours. Yeah. Mine keeps going to Adam. But like, man, yeah, that is frustrating there's so many X books. I wish it would just keep it simple, you know, get everyone back on board on the same page. Don't spread them out and have to make them have to pick these books to choose from, you know, just simplify it. Have like one book. That's it. Just have one book.
Are you looking in the live chat or are you looking through Google Hangouts?
Through Hangouts.
That's probably
why.
Yeah, that's why.
Definitely why. Definitely why.
Load into the live chat and it'll stay there for you. So obviously the first one. Well, I guess we're going to go through House of X and Powers of X, and then X-Men #1. Hickman on the writing. Francis Yu on the pencils. So that's what you expect. That's what you expect.
And probably the 5 million variants that's going to come with that.
Excalibur #1. Teenie Howard, which I like. Teenie Howard. I won't read that book. Marauders #1, our boy Gary Dugan Duggan.
Hell yeah.
Russell Dowderman on cover. Oh.
Who's doing New Mutants?
Hickman and Ed Brisson, it says.
What?
Says issue 1 written by both. Issue 2 is
Holy
Hickman.
Crap. Wow. I thought Rosenberg did an amazing job with New Mutants. I really enjoyed his run. And even with the character specifically Magic, he kind of made her like a cool kind of goth girl. You know, she always had like different band shirts from the 80s, like Suji and the Banshees and stuff, you know. So I really like appreciated those little small music references because he's a huge music fan like I am. So it's cool. So I mean, I don't think we're gonna see Magic like that in that light again. I don't know. That'd be really cool though. But that sounds really exciting, man. Hickman doing New Mutants. That's fantastic. I'm gonna try to read all of these just because I love learning about new like mutants and like different characters I try to experience or seen before, like even if it's like a character that was popular in the 90s, you know, I didn't know about. I'm like, oh, cool, that's a new character for me, you know. So it's fun to learn about all these different characters and stories, man.
It's hard for me. You get excited about it, and I get overwhelmed. It's like, I mean, I'm not an X-Men guy at all, and I enjoyed Rosenberg's X-Men, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. But it's so hard when they start introducing characters that I don't know, and then I get lost.
Yeah, the hardest thing to keep track of is everyone's relationships with each other. You know.
Yeah.
Like it's cool just to understand a mutant with different powers. It's really cool, and you want to learn more about them and what their personality is like. But then with their interactions and their past history and their beefs and drama, it's really hard to keep track of.
Yeah. Here's one that I'm going to read, and it's all because of the creative team. If it was any other creative team, I probably wouldn't care. But Fallen Angels, written by Brian Edward Hill, and freaking artwork by Kudransky, who is on The Punisher and is so amazing.
Yes, that's awesome. Oh hell yeah, dude! It's so funny how Brian Edward Hill is like quitting comics, but he's putting out
I know.
constant new stuff.
It
He's
used
so
to be a
good.
joke in a bit that we did, but now it's like, okay, man, this isn't a joke anymore.
Yeah, like, are you
Almost
really
referenced it
quitting?
when he made the announcement about Fallen Angels. He was like, yeah, I'm quitting comics, but here's this. Jeez, man.
Dude, I wish we could have that. I wish you can have that guy on again, man, because your interview with him was so fantastic. I just really want to talk about him. Talk to him about Rocky IV, really.
Yeah, dude.
Rocky IV chat.
It's too bad that Charles Xavier couldn't be heading up Fallen Angels, and then it could be Charlie's Fallen Angels.
And he's back.
Oh yeah,
welcome back. X-Force #1, Benjamin Percy is
again.
Are you going to read any of this, Adam?
Aren't
you an X-Men guy?
Back in the 90s,
yeah,
when I was a youngster, got to catch them all collecting comics. I was all about X-Force. That was my team, was X-Force. Man, I have yet to find an X-Force. I think the last X-Force that really caught people's enthusiasm was the what I guess what everyone calls like the black and gray team. That was like Wolverine, X-23, I think Warpath, that were going on like Black Ops missions and stuff like that. I don't know. I guess it just depends. To see who's on the team, what their story is. If it's just a bunch of X people thrown together on teams to.
Well, it says right here, Beast, Jean Grey, Sage on one side, Wolverine, Kid Omega, and Domino on the other. In a perfect world, there would be no need for an X-Force. We're not there yet.
Yet. The cost of the future isn't cheap, so I guess there'll be some kind of something they're trying to prevent in the future. Man, I don't know. I'm still more on board with the whenever it hits next year. Excellent. It's the Excellence. I think that's the name of it. The All Red Milligan book. I think
that's what it was called.
But this, I don't know. I guess we're ComicCast. We can always pick up the first issue and see what we think.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to read a lot of first issues.
Yeah, and is it going to get lost in the weeds? Is it going to be a bunch of X books that it's just like, well, this X book and it's over here ties into this X book and this X book and this X book.
That's what makes me mad about this whole thing. This whole thing that Marvel did with the X-Men. Oh, we have too many X-Men books, so we're going to put it all together, and Rosenberg's going to change everything.
Yes.
And the fact that they knew all along that Hickman was going to take it over just pisses me off and makes me not want to read any of this.
Yeah. I feel like X books back in the day, that each X book, they had their own story, priorities, prerogatives. Excalibur did this, X Factor did this, X-Force did this, Generation X did this. And then if they ever did meet up, it was kind of like a butting heads, because X-Men had this prerogative and how they did things, and X-Force had this prerogative and how they did things. And when they meet, it's a clash of how because they both end up, I guess, on the same mission, and they each have an idea of how it should go. But it wasn't just constant crossover all the time. It was when they met up, it meant something. So when all these things are tying in and tying in and tying in, it makes it, to me, it feels like no single book means anything. You have to buy them all for it to mean something, and I don't want to invest in all that.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed Age of X-Men. Objectively, some of them were really bad, like writing and things, but it was just, the idea was really cool to see these different books that have different purposes, all in the same world from different perspectives. And that's a really cool idea, but it could have been written better. And most of the endings were really unsatisfying and left you wanting to know what happened to the characters or wrap up well. that did okay in Age of X-Men Omega, but it kind of glossed over everyone's endings, you know.
I have to admit, I judged books by the cover, and what those Age of X-Men books, I judged them kind of by the cover and what I would read in solicits and things, and it was like, what is this, like hippie apocalypse or something?
Oh, that was such a bad idea for him.
It's like I think people jumped on thinking Age of Apocalypse, and it's not what they got.
Yeah. I would say in a whole, Age of X-Men was really disappointing, but at the same time, some of them were really worth reading, and like some interesting moving parts. I really liked Prisoner X. That was really good and compelling for me. Same thing too with, like, I guess the younger generation with Glob. You know, the Glob has such a big heart. He's always written with such a great way every time. I just love that character so much. And so it's really cool seeing him go through everything, because he remembered the past, but no one else would, and he thought he was going crazy. So it's kind of a little fun adventure with Glob. So I like that one as well. But then other ones like the Ecstatics, whatever, with the hippie apocalypse, that was so bad, and the art didn't look good at all either. You know, the art was not good in that. But yeah, man, I'm gonna check all these X books out, man. I'm gonna read them. We'll see how good they are, man.
Flower Power Apocalypse.
We'll hit one more big thing that came out of San Diego Comic-Con, then we'll get into some comics. They Marvel pretty much announced the future for the MCU and where we're going. So you can see a lot of this stuff we already knew. Gaumer, I love you, buddy, but this is going to take me forever to get through this. He wrote all of these articles. That's the worst part about this. Gaumer did all this.
Yeah. Wow. He's going to blame you because you're using Internet Explorer.
He will. And Matthew Lane asked me why I used it too, but you guys can get over it.
You're the only person I know that uses Internet Explorer. Like, hands down, the only person.
What do you want me to use, man? Chrome?
Yeah, Chrome's great.
Firefox.
If you have Apple, use Safari. Firefox has been getting better too. They fixed a lot of their problems. But like, one of my favorite, I almost made a meme page called Internet Explorer, and the whole entire thing was I was gonna post news like 6 months late. But like, post like 6 months late. You know, that was like the whole running joke.
So we have the Eternals coming November 6th, 2020. Does anybody care?
No, it's got Angelina Jolie. So wait, is that Angelina Jolie. I think well, no, she's already in the Marvel universe as something. I was about to say Sigourney Weaver, but she's already shown up in something else, hasn't she? Was in the Runaways. She was in the Runaways, I think.
Yeah, even like the worst Marvel movie is like still like fun and entertaining to me. I think it's just so cool in general to see so many like comic book stuff now in TV shows and movies, and you know, everywhere. That's so cool. I want to experience it all, but it's so hard to. Even if it's bad, it's just really fun to see these like characters come to life. It's so cool. I guess the worst like CW shows I want to watch. You know,
I guess you're kind of looking, because while you're looking through comics and getting pissed off, Boogie, this is kind of what I look forward to, right? So this is kind of like these are my comics. Motion comics.
Oh my gosh. Motion. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. So
dude, Selma Hayek is in Eternals. That's awesome. I'm looking over this cast now.
So before that, May 1st, 2020, we got Black Widow.
Man, you are going all out of order.
That's not that Black Widow comes first.
No, I know. I'm talking about Gomer's article.
Well,
I'm gonna be okay with it, but it's so slow I can't get
to it. He probably wrote it as they were being revealed. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, I'm stoked to see the Eternals though, because I'm not familiar with the Eternals very much, so it's really cool to see all these like new characters I don't know about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm getting more excited. Not more excited.
I go and check out the classic.
I'm getting excited about the Disney Plus stuff, because I like right now looking at the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And then the Loki show, the fact that it's the people coming out of the MCU to do these, you might as well say Netflix type shows. It's going to be awesome, man.
And it's in canon too, so it will be in canon with the movies.
Yeah, they're TV shows with a movie,
and they can do this because I guess they're not doing an Avengers movie this phase, so they can do that. They're freed up to do these things.
It's so incredible to see. I'm so excited to see a TV show with a movie budget. That it's a long ass movie is what you're getting. You know? It's so amazing. It's ridiculous. I'm so excited for all these. I'm going to get Disney Plus immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you got to have a conversation. So we're going to get rid of Netflix now and just get Disney Plus because all these shows are going to be amazing.
There's so many cool things too. I hear like coming out on Netflix and Hulu. So I'm going to keep my Hulu because at first I was going to be the person I was going to cut off, but like Disney owns Hulu, so there's going to be some cool stuff on there too.
You got to keep them all.
Like cartoons and stuff coming out on Hulu, all comic based. Like, dude, there's so much to watch and not enough time, man.
Exactly.
WandaVision. Does anybody else, when they say that, think of Wonka Vision from Willy Wonka?
I think of like old school, like New Color and like Technicolor or something like in WandaVision.
It's WandaVision. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, we got WandaVision and Loki also on Disney Plus.
Why do you think the letters are different like that? I didn't see anything or couldn't figure out why it was all different like that
on Loki.
Yeah, do you think we're going to get different versions of Loki?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, that's a pretty good.
I'm pretty sure it's Loki going through time. Like I'm pretty sure that's happened.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It's going to be. They said that it's going to be one of the scariest Marvel movies, which means probably Nightmare is going to show up in this. But they said it's going to be like the scariest Marvel movie yet.
That is awesome. Yeah, because I'm still trying to go down the list. I'm on number 2 on outright Geekery. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Did they show the new suit yet? The new Captain America suit at San Diego Comic-Con? We probably would have seen by now. Probably not.
I'm learning this as you are.
Okay.
I legit pulled up the 3 articles that I was the most excited about and just had them loaded. So we're learning together.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think what Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to be about is like I think eventually we'll see Falcon at the end become Captain America finally, like towards the end of the show. That's just that would be
cool. That would be cool. And that's the reveal at the end of the first season.
That's what I think.
Are they doing multiple seasons or are they just announcing it as one?
I don't know, man. I would assume just one and done, just because it has to tie into a movie later on.
Yeah.
So,
unless they don't have their T's crossed and their I's dotted, and then it ends up like Swamp Thing.
Right. I mean, I doubt that'll happen. It's Disney. They're pros. You know what I mean? They know what the hell they're doing. They're not Warner Brothers.
They just go to the company and be like, "No, we're doing season 2." And there's like a Mickey behind him pumping his fist like this.
It's like, oh,
dude, I hope this Doctor Strange.
I know where you live. I know your family.
I hope we get Doctor Strange from Infinity War, not Doctor Strange from the original movie. Man, his character just did nothing for me in that first movie, and I know some people liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
I thought his character was so much better in Infinity War.
You wanted them yellow gloves.
Oh, that's right.
From when he met Thor.
Carhartt gloves.
Yeah.
What else we got here? Adam, you got to be excited about this whole what if announcement.
Oh, yeah. I love the what if. I didn't get into the weeds as far as what does the article say as far as what they're going to feature. I remember they're talking about like the female Captain America with who is it, Carter?
Yeah.
Being the female and Captain America, and I thought there was another one, but I'm blanking on it. I think Gaumer may have put up an article too, announcing all of the what ifs, but I don't think it's not listed here. These are just the major announcements, so I don't have that. Yeah, I mean, what if Ant-Man did fly up Thanos' butt? And how would that what if the rat or whatever it was did not scurry across that keyboard to release Scott Lang?
Yep.
Which I think they missed I think it should not have been a rat. It should have been a squirrel. And that would have been a nice little tease for Squirrel Girl. And that would have made a lot of people happy. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Squirrel Girl, at least the recent Squirrel Girl. But I think it would have made a lot of fans happy, and they missed an opportunity there. That was kind of a tangent, though. Hawkeye. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I was just going to say, I think YouTube jacked us and didn't send out any notifications, and our video is not floating to the top either because nobody's coming in the live chat, and there's absolutely nothing showing that we are on air.
Oh, so boy.
I appreciate that, YouTube. Thanks a lot.
Hey, YouTube.
They can still catch the show after the fact, though, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Hawkeye. Dude, all right, I'm going to say this. You might as well call it SJW Marvel, right? When they made all the changes with the comics, and so many people like to hate on them for that. Some of that stuff coming out of there was good, and I'm almost excited to see Kate Bishop in this Hawkeye.
For sure. I mean,
I'm excited about that, man.
Is she married? Is she the daughter of Hawkeye?
I don't know if we know that yet.
I hope not. I hope it's not his daughter that ends up being Kate Bishop or whatever. Like the new. I mean, it says Kate Bishop. It's not like it's
not Kate Barton.
Right. Exactly. So yeah. So we'll be getting that.
Another Disney Plus, fall of 2021.
Dude, I mean, they could do like season 2s of these shows. I mean, if they can't do a movie production like with their I mean, they have the budget, the money for it, you know what I mean? They can do whatever they want, but you got to think of the actors if they really want to continue this in a movie role or just a show contract instead, you know? So like I figured time restraints and stuff would be key factors, but yeah, I mean, they could do season 2s, but I think they're just be one-offs, you know.
I see all of this, man, and I just feel bad for DC. It's like DC is on notice with their stuff, man. It's like, and I think on Teen Titans or on Titans, they just had like a death on the set, and it's like all of this. It's like, DC just cannot catch a break.
Yeah, dude. Eventually, dude, I think down the road we're gonna see Marvel buy DC. Eventually, I think they don't have to. I just really hope DC doesn't just die, you know.
Is Shane McMahon going to come on and Vince McMahon will be like, "What are you doing at DC? We're buying it."
Yes.
So you have you not seen this either, Jason?
No,
Love and Thunder.
Wow, cool.
Love and Thunder. Yeah, Natalie Portman.
Jane Foster's gonna.
She's the king of Asgard. They've pretty much confirmed that Valkyrie is going to be a lesbian. She's going to be lesbians. And sorry, what's that movie?
Wow, dude, that's amazing.
I think it was Scott Pilgrim when he says, "I'm in lesbians with you."
I can't. That's so cool. They're gonna do female Thor. I can't believe they're
doing Natalie Portman came on stage and held up the hammer. So
wow, that's incredible.
Dude, that's right where I stopped.
Dude, I gotta
Aaron's
watch
run. That's exactly where I'm at. Is right where Jane Foster takes over as Thor. So I've got to read that before they put this movie out. I mean, I've got it. I've bought it. It's just sitting on my shelf.
I hope they do. I really do. And I don't mean that. I don't know how some people might take this personally, maybe. No, I don't know. But I hope they do the cancer storyline with Jane Foster, because I think that really there's a lot there emotionally that can be done on film very well.
Dude,
and I hope they just don't like, oh, now you're king of Asgard or whatever.
Guaranteed there's going to be like Aaron's Thor. You're right, dude. You have to have that cancer thing in there, man. That makes it way more compelling and gives her like a time limit and everything. That sets the precedent for everything, you know?
But look at that Love and Thunder logo, man. It's like, it looks like something out of He-Man or Thundar or something. You know it's going to be fun. You know it's going to be fun.
It totally looks like He-Man.
And Waiki or Waititi, he's doing it, so it's going to be good.
Hell yeah, dude! I can't wait to see how like the ComicCast guys are flipping out about this.
You know they're already talking about it. Dude, they were already talking about it before any of these announcements. Now their heads are just going to explode.
Oh, it's so funny.
This is the one I'm the most excited about, dude. A Black Widow movie. Should have been done a long time ago. I'm stoked for this one.
Yeah.
So we got
Taskmaster's rumored to be the villain, you know. So I love Taskmaster, man. I remember like a first appearance of Taskmaster for so long, and then it sucks that it was announced he's going to be a villain just because price is up and there's no way I can afford it now. He was like, I want that comic. And same thing with Mephisto, you know. Like I guess it's rumored he's going to be in a movie coming up too. It's like all the prizes are shooting at you more than they already were. They're already expensive to begin with. Now they're just like out of my range. Yeah, Black Widow. It looks like
it'll go back down though.
Hopefully.
But I'm more like, well, not only a Taskmaster, but David Harbour as Red Guardian is going to be incredible. That and what else was I going to say? I don't know. They say that they showed a trailer for it there. I didn't see it, but it supposedly it has a really big like Mission Impossible vibe to it, and it should be fun.
How about this one? Was this had to be a surprise, right? I'd not heard anything about this. Blade.
I
Yeah, but
heard,
isn't the guy playing Blade, wasn't he the villain on Luke Cage?
That I don't know.
Which I guess they don't.
Mahershala Ali, is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, isn't he the one that won like Best Actor for like I forgot what movie he like won an Oscar for like Best Actor for a movie last year. Yeah, I think that's the same guy.
Yeah.
I heard rumors of like Blade stuff happening in Marvel Universe. Like there was like 3 different projects I hear that were coming out, and it was like Wesley Snipes 2 was in the talks for stuff. So maybe like, we'll see like a handing or like a passing of the guard with maybe Snipes might be like appear for a second or something, or like a scene and be like, hey, yeah, I'm glad you're helping us out or whatever. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do this, but like, yeah, that's really cool, man. I'm excited to see Blade back in there, man. He was the one that like it was probably one of the best Marvel movies to begin with, in the beginning of all this stuff.
Yeah, he was the villain Cottonmouth.
Yeah,
in the Luke Cage series.
He's so great, and the show kind of went down after he died. That character was so good.
Yeah, but his sister, I forget her character name. She did a pretty good villain role on that. But yeah, man, Blade is going to be good. I mean, if they bring Mephisto in somewhere, I hope that means Ghost Rider is going to be coming into play. Because I feel like with Mephisto, you gotta have Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Because I think is it Mephisto who gave Ghost Rider his powers originally?
I think so. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not positive. I can't say I'm positive.
I shouldn't be saying stuff unless I'm sure of it. But
no, you should say it and be more confident.
Oh, Mephisto gave Ghost Rider his power.
There you go. Now you got it.
At me.
Dude, this has been fun, man. We should do this more often. Just ramble about announcements.
So cool. There's got to be videos of these announcements, right? Of people.
I'm sure.
Dude, I gotta watch these, man. This is incredible. This news is so exciting. Shang-Chi also, man. Jeez.
Oh yeah, Shang-Chi. That's going to be a killer martial arts movie. And one thing that was not, I guess, hinted at or even said was Keanu Reeves' role in Marvel.
Oh, that's right.
What's his role going to be in Marvel? That nothing about that was said. So, and Shang-Chi is going to involve the actual Mandarin too, I believe. I believe that's Shang-Chi. So we're going to get the actual Mandarin in the MCU. That was hinted at long ago.
God, this is so exciting, man. I love all this stuff. God.
Yeah, nothing said about Spider-Man neither, I don't think.
No.
Tom Holland Spider-Man. I don't think anything was said about that.
I was surprised. I thought we would get something Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really expect, I mean, everybody, Thor's got to be in the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
So I kind of thought maybe we would get something on that. But two things I want to mention, then we'll get into some comic books. And these are just personal things that I'm excited about. And they announced that there's going to be another Black Hammer tie-in, Skull Digger Skeleton Boy. I have no idea what it's about, but the cover looked awesome. And it's Jeff Lemire, so it's going to be great.
Oh, dude, yes. I'm still excited to delve into all those other characters. I haven't made time to read all those yet, but yeah, more Black Hammer. Bring it on. And
then the last thing, did you read Dead Rabbit?
I didn't because it got taken off the shelves. I wanted to read it in the first place. But,
so good.
Drama happened,
and now they're bringing it back as Dead Eyes. But I didn't read the article that Gaumer sent us. I don't know. Are they going to start over?
I don't know.
They have to, don't you?
Yeah, they would have to. I've got the first, what was it, 1 or 2 issues?
I think it was 2.
Yeah, I've got those first 2 issues, and I was on board.
Dude, it's got to be worth money.
Happened.
Have you looked on eBay? It has to be worth money.
I haven't. For some reason, that book, She Could Fly, is going for like $20 or around that much on eBay. I don't know why, but.
You know what the best thing to happen would be for this to hit it big and become a TV show or a movie that makes a bunch of money, and then you're sitting on that Dead Rabbit #1.
Yep.
All right, let's talk some comic books. Just a quick editor's note for us. I'm gonna just take Vampirella completely off.
Okay. Just
because of time.
Yep.
And the fact that it's not worth talking about. Let's talk about Silver.
Buy those covers of Vampirella, everyone. That's so good. I love those. They didn't
put them in the digital review copy that we had from Gaumer. At least they didn't put them in there. Who is it? One of the publishers puts all those in there. it would have taken forever to download that stupid file.
I would have loved it. They're so good.
You would have looked at every one of them.
Oh yeah, dude. I collect like old school Vampirellas, like the original ones. There's specifically covers done by Enrich. It's like Enrich. This artist is amazing, incredible, super like underrated. But his stuff is very similar to like kind of like an Alex Ross, I would say, aesthetic, but not as detailed. You know, it's from the 70s, a different time. But man, his Vampirella covers are incredible. So I try to collect all his Vampirella covers that he's done, and I'm getting there. But like, so it's so cool to see all his new covers, Vampirella back in the popular eye. You got a new writer, Christopher Priest. I'm excited to read it. You said it wasn't too good, but like
the only thing what I didn't like about it, because I'm not like you're talking about all this Vampirella stuff. I've never even read anything with the character. The character just doesn't. Okay. I just had no desire to read it. So this is okay. Right. Number 1 issue, Christopher Priest. Let's hook me. Let's go. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
The entire book was only 21 pages long.
Okay.
3 of those 21 pages were used for titles and credits.
Oh wow. Okay.
The first 5 pages had very limited dialogue. It was just kind of setting almost just the stage for where this story was going to take place. Okay. You got a 1-page layout in the middle of the book, which looked amazing, but that's no story. And then you had a splash page at the end for the cliffhanger.
Wow. So
I know I just threw a lot of numbers at you. That leaves 11 pages to tell this story. So I don't know that was the best decision for the number 1 issue. Let's talk about Silver Surfer Black.
Hell yeah.
That's you.
Yeah, it is me. I'm just trying to pull it up. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Come on.
Do you have Vampirella 1/2, the Wizard 1/2 issue?
What's that? The Wizard
Jason?
1/2 issue?
Yeah, Vampirella.
What is it? Wizard 1/2? I don't know what that is.
You remember Wizard magazine, right?
Oh yeah.
They would do the 1/2. They would do the half issues.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Oh, if I have it, I'll send it to you. I have a lot of it.
That's awesome. Silver Surfer Black issue 2, written of course by Donny Cates and Tradd Moore. I want to say they're co-writing it together. I feel like is what's happening.
Is it? I mean, a lot of times now it's the cool thing, and I like it to say story by and both of them because it is by both of them. It's collaboration.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Dude, I love this issue. I liked it more than issue 1, man. Like issue 1 for me, I love the art. It's interesting. It's neat to look at because it's different, and I know I'll never see this anywhere else. And of course, Tradd Moore had books in the past, but I feel like he excels at sci-fi and the avant-garde kind of just weird stuff on paper. It's so cool to see because I don't think we're going to see another cool book like this ever again. I don't know, man. It's a really fun experience. But the story, man, I enjoyed the story too, man. It was more compelling for me than issue 1. It's hooked me, man. Oh, it's so good. It was just, I don't know, man. You see Silver Surfer, lose his become, I guess, more entranced by the black. His arm is now covered all in black, not just his hand. He's just kind of losing it bit by bit. And I think we're going to see him just kind of go down and lose more of his light as this comic book progresses, as the series goes on. What do you guys think?
Gomer's not here, so I'm going to say it. This issue was dope.
Yes.
I'm like you, man. Tradd Moore's artwork, it's so unique and different. It's like you said it, you're not going to see it anywhere else. But just looking at it, I love it. But I think it's perfect for Silver Surfer, just in general, for Cosmic. I think it's perfect. But I think even Donny Cates, his writing feels unique in this book. It feels poetic almost. It feels like you're reading a poem as you're watching Tradd Moore tell the story with his artwork. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's the way it feels to me. And I love it, man. Noel and the Surfer were awesome in this book.
I wonder if there's speculation in here because the first appearance of Void Knight, as Noel called them, when he was totally covered for one panel.
So awesome, man.
So sick looking, man. It's so good.
I don't know. What'd you think? We don't have to spoil it, but the cliffhanger at the end. Or should I just say it? Do you even know what I'm talking? Do you remember?
I don't remember. No, I'm going through it right now.
Ego.
Oh yeah. For that cliffhanger, I wasn't too excited. I kind of feel like it had to be a bigger thing. I was wondering who it was going to be. But he looks really cool. It's a really unique design, man. The design of Ego is incredible. I love usually it's just a big face on a planet. It looks really dopey. I feel like no one can draw Ego cool. And so this time around, there's little moons or whatever that are his eyes and stuff that hang out like around orbit. This makes so much sense as that character if you just like to redesign him. I think it's a really interesting like psychedelic look.
Adam, did you read this?
I did not. I'm the villain because I'm not a fan of the Null character at all, and that the cliffhanger at the end of the first issue disappointed me, and I know he's all in this issue, and I just have no interest in Null as a character.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel like a lot of people were kind of like turned off by like a god symbiote. I don't know. I shouldn't say a lot of people. I just know like some of my friends like who aren't on YouTube very much anymore. I forgot the name of his channel, but yeah, he was like a huge Venom fan, Venom like fanatic, I would say. Like he just knows the history ins and outs, and he was just like he loved Donny Cates like first issue of Venom, and then after that, like he was digging his run for a bit, and then he just like once that happened with Null, he just got really mad for some reason. He's like, this sucks. Like, I think it's because he had the idea of like a god symbiote before, and he talked about that before in a past video. And Donny Cates actually popped up in one of the chats.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like while he was trashing, I think. So I feel like, I don't know, maybe Donny Cates might have got that idea from him. I'm not sure, man. I don't know. Like,
I wouldn't trash it. I'm not definitely not saying anything like this book is bad or anything. I just have no interest in that character. I just don't like the character. I mean, he's a god symbiote. I feel like Peter Parker probably has more pull with the symbiotes than Null does.
Right. Feels like that.
Be nice. You never know when Donny Cates is listening.
You never know.
Peter Parker's the OG symbiote daddy. So
when Donny Cates commented in the video, I was like, no way this is real, because during that time, when my buddy was like on YouTube, we always like some of us like I made like a joke account on like there's some writer or whatever he doesn't like. I was like, but that was a running gag because like other people that like would post stuff and like in the live chat also made joke accounts too, and so we were going back and forth and stuff. It was really funny. The live chat was hilarious. Yeah. It was like one of the best parts about his show. But yes, I was like, no way is this a real Donny Cates? And I looked and it was. He has like I think 4 videos on his channel. I think he's still on. I think he might still be on YouTube, but like yeah, I don't know. This is really funny. But as far as this comic, the cliffhanger, Ego, really cool. I think a psychedelic design. I'm looking forward to their adventures together. What's going to happen with Ego and Silver Surfer hunting down or maybe training Silver Surfer to become like more of a strength to be able to fight Null. You know, it's big trouble. It's big trouble in Little Cosmic.
I wish this wasn't a miniseries, man. I wish this was ongoing. But
I mean, it's going to be what, 12 issues?
I think it's only 5. I thought
5. That's it. Okay. Wow, man.
But you know, I mean, it's going to die. It's all Donny Cates' little world. Yeah. So who knows? He'll do something with it.
I'm totally cool with him doing 5 issues just because he's writing so much and doing so much. And I feel like the quality kind of goes down the more stuff you do. You're stretching out too much. So yeah, put him on smaller books. You know, put him on lesser, smaller runs, and let the man focus on writing. You know, let him excel at it instead of giving like a half-ass kind of product like the last Venom issue, which I didn't care about. Yeah, he's good, man. I want to love Donny Cates. I want him to keep up the hype train. I want more people to jump on Donny Cates train. You know, he deserves.
Did you ever go listen to that podcast? No, yeah. You didn't, did you?
The Donny Cates one,
yeah,
the segment one.
Yeah.
No, he has 2 episodes now. I think he did.
I think he's up to 4. He did 2. Cates did 2 with him, and then Stegman did 1 by himself, and then Cates was back for the 4th one, which I've not listened to the 4th one, but it's more.
I've not had time to because I always forget because my routine on Monday, man, when I'm working, I'm usually packing up records and stuff to ship out, and I immediately go to like YouTube videos and like other like shows I missed. Put Stegman on there. I didn't get to. I totally forgot because there's sometimes midweek where I'm like have my headphones and I'm like, what is there? I feel like I've watched all this stuff. Like, what else is there to watch? And I got to make a note, man. Stegman, I want to watch that show.
Chad Johnson in the live chat says when he did his Venom After Dark panel, he said he writes a script every 3 days. Chad, if you like Donny Cates and you like his Venom run, I highly recommend Stegman. Stegman and his Amazing Friends, I think he called it. They do director's commentary on the first issue of Venom. Then they do some fan questions, and then the 4th episode is director's commentary on the 2nd issue, and it's awesome because they don't just work together, dude. They're buddies. You can tell. You can tell the way they interact. They're smart asses. It's a good time, man. It feels like you're sitting around with buddies that just happen to write Venom. It's awesome.
Yeah, like that.
You know what's going to happen in this book, right?
What's that?
You know what's going to happen in this book is Silver Surfer's going to lose his power, possibly even lose the use of his board, and Cosmic Ghost Rider is going to show up and say, "You need a ride." But
let's talk about a book that
I'm
sucked.
calling it. I am calling it.
Okay, I'll put you on record.
Does the story take place like during the Thanos wins storyline? Is this the Silver Surfer black character is that the same one?
I don't know.
It's gonna wrap around back to him going to Thanos, you know?
Dude, I've not read Thanos wins in forever, it seems like.
Yeah,
when you read so many comics, it's so freaking hard to
man.
keep everything separate.
I know, that's why I have to read like alphabetically from like DC to Marvel to Image, or DC to Marvel. Like, keep them separate. I have to read all my DC comics in a row, all my Marvel comics in a row, because if not, I'll confuse like stories and characters, man. They'll like, mesh together. As much as like there's other ones I want to read right away, I have to do them all in order so I don't get stuff confused, man.
Let's talk about a book that sucked. Superman's Pal, Jimmy Olsen, #1.
Oh, God.
Written by Matt Fraction, art by Steve Lieber, colors by Nathan Fairbairn. Is that right? That's got to be a typo. Letters by Clayton Cowles.
Fairbairn. I think it's Fairbairn.
Not Todd Klein or whatever his name is.
Whoever Todd Klein is, I don't even know what he letters. Man, Superman and Action Comics, they've been like separate, right? It feels like two completely different things. But for the most part, Superman, Lois Lane, everything that's going on in Action Comics feels like that's where the whole event Leviathan thing is. It has a similar tone to me. And then this, I don't even know what this is. This feels like it has nothing to do with anything Superman related. Yeah. Action Comics, Superman, Event Leviathan just feels out in left field somewhere, and I don't like it. I don't even know how to summarize this stupid book.
I want to give a shout out to the letterer, though. The letterer, he wrote so much. His job had been like so strenuous because this book is wordy as hell.
It exhausted me, dude. I'm mad at the guy. Dude.
But the font is pretty badass. I love that Iron Maiden kind of throwback font. That was really cool. There was another book that had the same Iron Maiden. Oh, the Loki one, I think, had Iron Maiden font as well. But like, man, dude, he had a job on him because this book was so exhausting to read. Like, I get it was a throwback or a homage to like a different time, back to the Jimmy Olsen books, like the old original ones. But like, this is just goofy as hell. It sucks, dude. It was I like that. I don't know.
It just sucks, man.
Goofy, dude. It sucks,
back when vinyl was the only thing you could get.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know. I like the throwback. I like two pages of the book when they're doing the throwback and they're establishing that rivalry between the Luthers and the Olsens. And then it's like all of a sudden you got Jimmy Olsen jumping out of a plane like he's trying to make a viral video. I don't have anything good to say about this.
He turned into a turtle and like smashed into a statue, and they wanted him to get out of the city because like they wanted his shenanigans to go somewhere else. It's just silly, dude. I don't know.
Gaumer ripped on Lois Lane for different reasons. That was way better than this. Way better than this.
It's like, hey, this is Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, and this is Jackass out of the plane.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
You're right. That's exactly what it is.
Let's move on. I'm done with this book. Let's talk about the plot.
Well, let me just add. I would say that very last part of the book where he says, "Why am I here? Oh yeah, because I've been moited," or whatever he says.
That guy was fun. I like that character. The hotel.
That should have been the beginning of this book, and then better stuff after.
Yeah.
Everything prior to that it was unnecessary, and
it was a cool like cliffhanger. You know, I like that. Like, he's like, he died, and is he a clone now or what? Like, what is going on? But like, it was so like just everywhere like that. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't even want to read issue 2 at all. You know, I don't know, man. It's just not for me. Not for me, man. Art was good though. You know what I mean? Like, art was fine. There's just so many stories. It was just a bombardment of information that I just don't care about, dude. It just made it mentally exhausting to read.
It was painful. It took forever to get through.
I'm probably gonna read Lois Lane though.
I'm thinking about it too, man.
Dude, I'm on the edge where I don't know if I'm gonna read them issue by issue or I'm gonna wait till it's done and then read it all.
Yeah,
because I feel like it's going to be really hard to keep track of all the information too in Lois Lane, all this like spy stuff and like keep track of the characters. And then is it going to be running kind of around the same time and combined with Superman or Action Comics or like Event Leviathan? Like, you know what I mean? Is it necessary? Are they going to have information that's necessary in the Lois Lane book that's going to connect to stuff? So like, I don't want to miss out.
See, I don't feel like it did. It felt like I said it had a similar tone, but it didn't feel like it really connected to Leviathan. Maybe I'm wrong. And it's one issue. We're talking about one issue.
One issue, yeah. Maybe it'll connect like at the end or something, you know. So I don't know, man, dude. So I'm on the edge. If I don't know if I'm gonna read them issue by issue, I'm gonna wait it out. So
I'd rather pass on both of them and just wait for that question book to hit.
Mm-hmm. Amen, dude. Jeff Lemire's question, that's gonna be incredible. And I wonder if he's gonna have like, because there's two questions out there. I think one's like I think Renee Montoya, and the other one's like the original guy. So I wonder, like, what it's going to be about. It seems like the one in Leviathan, I feel like is the girl, but they might have showed both because they showed her hair. You know, it was like short and like red. But then the Lemire one, I figure it's going to be the original character. I don't know, but yeah, interesting times, man. What you got next, Boogie?
Quiet Kind, #1.
The Quiet Kind. Written by Chuck Brown. Art by Jeremy Treese and Kelly Williams. Letters by Adam Pruitt or Pruitt.
Adam P.
Adam P. Adam P. with the letters. Cross the T. All right. This book, I know we had a preview copy of it, but then I thought about reading all of these pages. It says 56 story pages. I think it was like a total 64 pages, but just thinking of reading all of that digitally made me tired. So I went ahead and bought the book itself. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's a group of bullied kids, and they're given superpowers by some kind of fox deity, the guardian of the flame of reality. And as far as with the bullied kids, with these powers, they have an internal struggle. Are they going to use it for revenge and destruction, or what's going to happen? And then the second story in the book is kind of like a glimpse into this deity, the guardian of the flame, or this fox deity. And the main character's name is Solomon, and that's pretty much it. There's a gross thing where I guess Solomon can control bugs. He finds out and makes this kid's face fill up with bugs or something, and they're coming out of his eyeballs and stuff. There's for some bullied kids, there's some very like it goes 0 to 100 real fast in regards to bullying and what these kids do in response to the bullying. It's like, it's not just like picking on the kid. They hit him like upside the head with a board and stuff, and then it's not just him throwing that McFly punch back at Biff. He's freaking filling his face up with bugs and disfiguring him in a way. It's really weird. I thought it was an okay story, but it didn't pique my interest enough to care completely. I did like the colors and stuff and the follow-up. The initial story art was it kind of reminded me of what's that current the current I'm drawing a blank. The guy who did I Hate Fairyland.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Scotty Young's exactly right.
Scotty Young. What's that new book he has out? I'm blanking on it.
Middle West. You know what's
West.
funny about that too is Middle West has a little fox sidekick in it too.
Yeah, but that's what this art reminded me of, was Middle West. Mm-hmm. And then the follow-up story had a completely different art style, which I thought was pretty good. Kind of a whimsical style, some like vibrant light colors and stuff.
You know who did that artwork in the back, don't you?
It was
Kelly Williams. We had him on the podcast a long time ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He was he
But
did the artwork on the book Metaphase that Chip Reese wrote, and Chip, Peter Simeti, and Kelly Williams, all from Alterna Comics, came on and talked about it. God, that was a long time ago.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was.
Kelly, dude, his artwork is amazing.
Yeah.
He's not the best on a podcast though. He just kind of he's a really quiet guy. He didn't say a whole lot, but super talented dude, man.
Yeah, man. This is my first time looking over the comic book, and the art looks really good. Like the colors look really well too, man.
I love the art on the main story too.
Yeah, I would say so
it
too, man. And I like some panels have things that are like focus up in front. Some things are blurry in the background. You know what I mean? It's a really cool kind of layer feel. I think.
Do you have it? You got it right there in front of you?
Yeah, yeah.
It's got to be that bee. Is it that bee that's flying in the front?
Yeah. I mean, it was. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Show that. Hold that up, man.
I gotta find that page again. I'm kind of going one by one. I'm not sure what page that was.
That panel was so good, man. So good. So you haven't read this yet, Jason?
No.
My biggest question as I'm going through it was, why is this a one shot? This premise is nuts, and it's like Adam said, it escalates very quickly, and it's over the top, crazy characters. But I did love the artwork. I thought the artwork was a perfect style for it. But why is this a one shot? There's so many characters, and you could have built to this instead of just going 0 to 100.
It's not the one I was talking about, but that's the one I think you were talking about. But I mean, the art's really cool, man, and like I really like how it's detailed too with all the maggots and stuff. Like, man,
yeah, it's really I love the artwork, but I just wish they would have made this ongoing, or at least 6 or 12 issues. Give him time to establish the characters more. Give them more reasons for what happens versus just they talk about this kid takes this same path every day and he gets bullied every day, but he still continues to go that way for whatever reason. And it's another thing for me is it's about bullying, and I think you could have toned down the language and maybe directed it at kids more versus putting the language in it and then dealing with bullying. I don't know. I did like it, but I wish it was a series and not just a one shot.
Yeah, it did feel like there is story missing. That it went so fast for like we said is like 0 to 100 went so fast that story was missing that would make you maybe care a little bit more about these characters, about these protagonists.
I don't know that's the
maybe even and what's the deal with the antagonists? What happened on that first day that led them to bully this one kid? And I mean, as far as we know, he's the only kid they bully. As far as we know, it's just a lot. And I'm wondering, is this going to be like that X-Force Ecstatics book, in that it's a one shot and it's going to lead to another book that's going to continue on, and this is just like an introduction to this world. I don't think it insinuated that anywhere unless I missed it.
No, yeah, I didn't see that anywhere either.
But it's yeah, I don't know. It was really weird. It's a $6 book. Yep, I paid $6 for it.
But what it was like,
I mean,
60 pages or something.
Yeah, so it equals out to like around 10 cents a page, which isn't bad.
Yeah,
I mean, not bad at all. This would be probably like a $10 book if it was Marvel. But it's just, I don't know. It just went really, really fast to the point where you get what's going on, you follow what's going on, but at the same time, you don't know what's going on because there's not enough story to kind of explain each person's lot in life.
Yeah, that's a shame. It's a one shot. That's kind of heartbreaking once you get like kind of a knowledge of certain characters, just to forget about it forever, you know?
Yep. Let's hit the X-Men real quick. Uncanny X-Men number 22. Gomer, you've been replaced.
Well, I first we'll start with like Age of X-Men Omega #1, and that was like the bookmark, like the ending of all the Age of X-Men stuff. Like this is where everyone was supposed to like meet up and come together, and that happened in Uncanny X-Men like at the end, you know. But Age of X-Men, it was like, once again, like I said, I'm not sure if it was in the pre-show we're talking about it, but it was like left things so unsatisfactory, and like in the ending of a lot of those books, because like relationships like Psylocke and Blob, they had like a little romance going, and you want to root for them to have that like relationship happen the way it was written. It was so fun, and I really wanted things to work out between them. And you got to like attach these characters in a certain mindset, and then you don't know why they split up or like what happened. You know what I mean? It just doesn't explain a lot of stuff. Just like in one panel, you see him kind of driving off like separate, but like, it doesn't go into character of like why. It was more like a narration, like of Jubilee talking about something else. But I mean, sorry, the dogs are going nuts here. But yeah, like Uncanny X-Men though is good. And it's Rosenberg's last issue, bro. Like I love Rosenberg's like Uncanny X-Men, and it's like every issue I feel like had someone dying in it. It was like all compelling. And in this one, unless this issue, like we lost, I'm not going to say spoil who, but like one of my preferred characters that I like seeing, and they're dead now. So that kind of sucks. So I mean, hopefully Hickman brings them back. I'm not sure if he will, but I feel like we might, because I think there's like a baby version in the preview for some reason of this character. So like, I don't know, man. X-Force, I didn't get to read X-Force. I want to, because I really like what's going on in that book, but I'm not a fan of the art necessarily in X-Force. The coloring is really good in it, but it's not the style I like. Unlike, if you compare like the art in X-Force to Uncanny X-Men, it's just like red and blue, man. You know what I mean? It's totally different.
Like X-Men Red and X-Men Blue?
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. But yeah. So yeah, it's cool that all the X-Men are back together. Everything's the X-Men we know, everyone's all grouped together and back in the same book for Hickman's Age of X-Men and Powers of 10 stuff. So I'm so hyped because I love Hickman so much. So I'm excited to see those books. And apparently, if you read the House of X Powers of 10 previews book, they had like interviews, and everyone's interview said they're really excited for the House of X issue 2 for some reason. So there's a lot of like speculation kind of hyping around issue 2 for that. And then the art is incredible for what they showed in that preview stuff. So I'm just super excited for what Hickman's going to do. But I'm not excited for all these X books popping out of House of X and Powers of 10. Like, what is up with that, dude? Can we just keep one book? Please get everyone on the same page and not make everything sporadically Age of X-Men all over again.
And something's going to happen in each to make speculators. Man, I'm gonna post an article that's like, this is the first time letterer has ever written this word in a comic book. So this thing's going for like $30 right now. You need to get this book.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's
the speculation is getting ridiculous. I mean, especially now when movies are coming out that are affecting old comic books.
Oh yeah. It's
weird to me.
It's like there's so many comic book characters, and there's always going to be like a first appearance of something, It's just really dumb to buy everything. I don't get, like, it just seems not feasible. Like, there's so many TV shows and movies and things get an option for either or, you know what I mean? That it's just really dumb to buy these like books based on just because that happens,
I can't wait till the Condiment King shows up on DCU, and
yeah, exactly.
And then the first appearance of Condiment King goes crazy.
Yeah, first appearance of Kite Man. It's like, who cares, dude? Like, why is this book worth like hundreds of dollars now just because it showed up in a movie? It doesn't make it better. It just really sucks. It works out like that. Like, for people who actually like the characters and want to buy things, like I want to buy first appearance of Mephisto and Taskmaster because they're badass, and now they're super crazy expensive because it's rumors they're going to be in movies and TV shows. It's really unfair. It sucks.
If you love it and it's close to your heart, go for it. But please remember, when dealing with speculators, a fool and his money are quickly parted.
Oh yeah, I'm a fool for sure when it comes to that. I'm not good with money, bro.
You can't tell from looking behind me that I've been a fool quite a few times.
Dude, I was thinking the other day, like yesterday, man, I was like smoking a cigarette. I was like, man, I have so much stuff, man. It's just so stupid.
I'm tired of it. I've actually sold a lot of it, and I'm looking to sell more.
Yeah,
and
man.
I don't know it. I've just reached a point where it's like you collect stuff, and then you think, well, how has this affected me positively? I've got this stuff sitting behind me. Is it making me happier? Probably not.
Makes for a great background on the podcast.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
it does.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess that's a silver lining.
Dude, I'm surrounded by little tiny plastic toys that cost $10 each. They're all around me.
That's so awesome, dude. I want a room like you guys. Like, I need a self-contained room of just fun stuff in there, man. I need that in my life.
That's all my room is. A 12-year-old would be really happy in here.
Hell yeah.
This isn't, this is perspective. This is a corner in my bedroom that I've crammed everything in.
It looks awesome. Both of you guys' setup is great. Yeah.
Oh, I'm in my office, but I work from home.
Well, thank you. I envy your setup, Jason, because it's so clean and nice looking and put together.
Yeah, thanks, man. This is part of a small living room area. I got like a nice patio out here to look at nature and stuff. It's nice. But like, man, like I was thinking the other day, just because all the stuff I bought, I was like, man, I kind of almost want to sell everything. I've been keeping all my like mailers that I buy from comic books in the mail, all my mailers from like records that I bought over the years, because I wanted to have like a small record distribution. So I wanted to start selling, records and stuff like online, or like selling comic books too. I wanted to like delve into that, but like, so I set all this pile of like cardboard like everywhere in the garage. It was like, wow, I've bought so many things. Just looking at all the boxes, like, wow, like what a waste of money. Like, can you imagine like selling? Like, can you imagine like getting that money back? Of what a chunk of change that would be. It's like, and you can put it to better use, go on vacation or something, or go to a cruise. Like, God.
Do you read read your comics digitally though? Don't you?
I happen, because I ran out of room to put them. Like,
that's the worst, man.
Now when I buy comics, it's like for like a really good reason of like like a CGC slab or like a first appearance comic or something like I just got this yesterday because I wanted to track it down as a Poser issue 1, and it's the one that comes with the 7-inch record. Like you can listen to the SoundCloud version, but like to track down this comic with the record is super hard, bro. Like I think this one cost me like $35. And signed.
You said Poser. I thought you said Hoser. I thought you were talking about that Kevin Smith comic.
Yeah, dude, I'm really excited. I'm super excited to read this. Like, I really love Waxwork comics, man, because they're really like, I had this idea long ago of combining different media. I love when different medias get combined, and Waxworks combines soundtracks and comic books, so you can play the 7-inch while you read the comic book and get a feel and tone for it. It's so awesome. Now people are making like Spotify playlists and stuff, but it's another level, man, to give you a 7-inch record with your comic book, man. It's something I want to see for years, and they finally did it. And like one of my meme pages I'm part of is called Millions of Dead Posers, and the whole entire joke is just making fun of music in general. The running joke is all music is bad. They like, even though we love music, clearly, but like that's the whole running joke. So it's really cool to get a comic book called Poser. It's a horror theme, and you get a really cool soundtrack, and it's written by Joel Grimes, which I believe is the vocalist or guitar writer for, I think, Toxic Holocaust or one of those thrash bands. He does a lot of stuff too. My record label that I work for, Get Hip Recordings, we put out a 7-inch split of I think Davey Allen and the Arrows. He's like one of the first like biker kind of soundtrack guys, and he did a split with Joel Grimes also, as well. It's really cool stuff, man. So I'm just really excited to listen to. They have the option to listen to SoundCloud, the songs. You can hear the music online for free, but I've avoided it because I want to have the experience of playing the record and reading this comic book, man. It's just so cool.
I pulled this out for you. Thought you might want it. Was this Lady Death #4 from 1997? Comes with a Megadeth album or CD.
That's sick. That's so awesome.
If you want it, I'll send it to you. It's just been sitting in my box collecting dust.
I appreciate it, but it would do the same thing here because like I would not want to open that. That's so cool, man. Thank you though. That's awesome. I will have to hunt one down on eBay and buy one.
I'll just send it to you. And since it's free, if you open it, then you won't have that regret of opening it and listening to the CD.
To have it together, like.
But yeah, there's a lot of comics now. Me and Boogie, we backed and got J.R. Mounts' book. What was that book, Boogie?
Yeah, thanks for putting me on the spot.
I'm sorry. But anyway, he composed his own music and did his own music for the soundtrack to his book. And I think stuff like that is awesome when you get people. I got a comic off a Kickstarter called Neptune, and they actually sent out a cassette tape of original music with the book to listen to while you read the book. And I think adding that in, like they did, adding that stuff into the comics I wish Marvel and DC would do more stuff
Yes,
like that.
I know, and it's so easy for them to do, man. I had this conversation with my buddy. I think it might have been on Comic Core, one of our videos recently. But like, yeah, like they have the budget to do whatever they want. Like, why would you not make next level stuff? Like I mean, just alone having a soundtrack or a 7-inch or a cassette with your comic book is really cool. That's a really next level thing. But then take it a step further, dude. Like, have your comic book character, like, make a comic that is like a detective story or something. You know, say it's Slam Bradley, bring him back for the first Detective Comics character, original character, make a whole new Slam Bradley book, have Ed Brubaker write it, you know, and then have him like maybe go through a teleport or something at the end of an issue, and then all of a sudden you can make like little like YouTube stories or Facebook stories and have like a small little budget of like a first person perspective of him someone a case and have little minute videos. You can do so many different like episodical things in small video form and social media and just take it to the next level. Like bring that character into reality. You know what I mean? Like no one has done that before. I just want to see more stuff, more groundbreaking stuff that no one does, and they have the money for it. It frustrates me.
Imagine if DC threw down the money to have Danny Elfman do a soundtrack to like a Superman book or a Batman book or something.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah,
that would be killer. Oh, and that J.R. Mounts book, it's called Silver Linings. Definitely check it out. It's a great story. J.R. Mounts, cool. Silver Lining.
I don't know what happened here, but for the sake of time, we're
sorry.
Just letting you guys roll, man.
My bad.
We're going to skip random reviews. We really didn't have a whole lot to talk about anyway, so we'll just jump right into the Outright Geekery Book of the Week. OutrightGeekery.com, your one-stop shop for news, reviews, previews, everything geek at your fingertips. The whole first 45 minutes of this show was one big advertisement for Outright Geekery. They have tons. Seriously, Gaumer works his butt off. I hope he didn't make it this far in the podcast because I don't want him to hear me praise him. But he works so hard during the big con weekends, man, and gets a lot of stuff put up on the website. So go check out all the San Diego Comic-Con news at OutrightGeekery.com. Let's talk about Loki. Oh, it's me. I was about to pitch to Jason. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I
was going to say we should do that. Show more Outright Geekery like on the show like that. How you screen shared stuff. That's so awesome, and we should definitely make it more. You know, make it happen more. I like that. That was
for sure. Like opening topics, we should definitely.
Yeah, man, for sure. Because you know he's Gaumer is always on point, man. And so I think he needs more praise.
Shout out but I hope he's not listening. I don't want.
It's all right if his head gets bigger, his hair will cover it up.
Loki #1, written by Daniel Kibble-Smith, art by Oscar Bazal. Yeah, he's got a last name too. I don't know how to say it. Colors David Curiel. Letters by Clayton Cowles. Thank you, Clayton. So we're coming out of the War of the Realms. Loki is now a bit of a hero coming out of it. He is the king of Jotunheim, and instead of ruling on his throne, he's out drinking and partying, gambling, having a good old time.
Oh, yeah.
And Thor has to kind of step in and kind of bring him in a little bit, give him a little guidance. There's a moment in this book where Thor sees this vision, and it's warning him that a brother must be stopped. I was confused at the time, but it kind of comes back around. He thought it was Loki. I thought it was Loki. We probably all thought it was Loki. And then Loki later confirms it was not him. And there was some other stuff that goes on with it. Thor takes Loki to the halls of the all-knowing, and he presents him with the books of Loki. We get a little glimpse into the future, which sets up a pretty interesting cliffhanger. I think this book is fun and lighthearted at times, but at the same time, Kibble-Smith gave us a bit of a mystery and an adventure that I look forward to reading going forward.
Absolutely, man. You nailed it, dude, for sure. And Adam, we also have a spec. We got first appearance of the character Frosty.
I like Frosty.
So everyone buy this issue for Frosty.
Yeah. First appearance of Frosty. Go ahead, get that thing slabbed. Make sure they put in the notes at the top. First appearance of Frosty.
Yep. Before he shows up in any movie, you know, you can get your $1 million book right here. Get it now. But yeah, I love this, dude. I had a great time talking to Daniel Kibble-Smith, the writer of Loki, man, this book. And I really thought it was really cool to see the character Nightmare, you know, the villain in this book. That was awesome. I really like the character. And the last time we saw him was Avengers No Road Home. So I once he popped up in No Road Home, I was like, oh, cool. That's really cool to see this character. It's a rarity. And I was like, oh, we're probably not going to see him. Here he is. Like, so I'm just really excited to see more Nightmare, man. And I wonder, like, when I talked to him, he said he kind of wants to create like a Loki rogues gallery. I'm like, that's such a great idea, you know, like have Loki have a whole entire crew of just villains that he has to battle or face against. That'd be so awesome to see. So I hope Nightmare is like the first of more villains to come, man. I'd be stoked too just to see Nightmare the whole entire way. But if he has an actual Loki's rogue gallery, man, that'd be so cool. So yeah, I'm totally down, man. I want to see more adventures. This is great.
Nightmare. It's like I'm Nightmare. I do all this evil stuff, and I'm so bad. Well, what happened? I got ate by a snowman.
Yeah, he's like it's like Scarecrow, you know. It's just,
yeah.
I love that it's the idea of a character based like just pure horror. You know, that's such a cool concept.
It's like when Ghost Rider blew off Jack-o'-lantern's head.
Yeah, like which Jack-o'-lantern? There's so many.
Yeah,
they have to get their Jack-o'-lantern stories straight now. You know.
Kibble Smith, I tweeted out that we were live right now covering the Outright Geekery Book of the Week. Kibble Smith shared out the link and said, "Get in here and cyberbully me, mercilessly."
Dude, he's hilarious, man. He's such a good writer. I love that guy, man. Daniel, if you're watching right now, you know, thanks for interviewing, and you're a great guy, and really excited to read more Loki, man. More. Man,
Loki is like Dr. Evil. When Dr. Evil left Austin Powers with those sharks or whatever, and he's like, what? I'm just going to leave him there and go on about what I'm doing and just assume everything's is going to go the way I want it to go. What's the problem? And I feel like that's Loki here. What? I left a giant snowman on the throne to take care of business while I'm gone. What?
Well, in Jason's interview, he talked about the letter in the back, and I thought that was a pretty interesting look at who Loki is, because it's very accurate. I argue with my daughter all the time. She gets mad because I say Loki's a villain, and she's like, he's not a villain. He's trying to do the right thing. And I'm like, no, but he's a liar and he's a manipulator. And she's like, no, but he does it because he thinks it's right. And I thought that was interesting what he put in the back about how this was for all the kids that how did he word it? That thought they were trying to do the right thing or something along those lines.
Right. They kept trying to do the right thing, but kept getting in trouble for their actions, or they like talk, you know, before they think, you know. Kind of those kind of people, you know, and he nails it, dude. I think he has a really good grasp of what the character is. He said he already read like all the past like individual solo Loki stuff. Like he knows the character, man. And I'm just really excited to see where this goes. And the cover for issue 2 looks awesome.
Yeah,
Iron Man behind Loki, like kind of looking menacing. It's so cool. I guess he said, I asked him like, what's it about? He says Loki breaks into Stark's place and gets yelled at. I was like, all right, cool, man. I'm excited to see that.
There's a very fine line, I feel like, it with villains in that. I mean, a good comic book villain believes what they're doing is the right thing, despite what everyone else says to them. But in a way, it's that fine line between not taking into account the perception of others, the outside looking in, at least contemplating what other people are saying and talk and advising. But it's that fine line of be yourself and it's your life, do what you want to do, but you also need to take into account how that affects others. And I think a villain like this doesn't take into account how that affects others or how other people see it, and it just turns around to bite them in the butt, self-sabotaging. And so in that respects, I completely understand it. And if you get into the weeds and really start getting down into it, it makes you just want to stay inside and not interact.
we got 8 in the live chat right now. Still talking about the Outright Geekery Book of the Week, Loki #1 from Daniel Kibblesmith. Do us a favor, smash that like button and help out our analytics, because YouTube doesn't like us apparently.
Yeah, they're messing up today.
Analytics.
Yeah, I think like you said before, Adam, like it makes a compelling villain, a character in general, to have them be so borderline and make decisions for like their own little twisted reasons, you know, because that's all villains are really, is they're doing things most of the time, you know, because they think it's the right thing to do.
You know? I mean, with Thor showing up and just trying to say, Loki, this is what you need to do, blah, 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 blah. Loki could easily turn around and say, if you were king, or when you're king, what you want to do or how you did it is fine. Now that I'm doing it my way.
Yeah.
And I can completely understand that. But at the same time, he can also set himself up for self-sabotage, and it end up biting him in the butt. And I hope it does not negatively impact Frosty. Long live Frosty.
I think long live Frosty, bro. Don't let him melt. Yeah. I think Loki is such a great character in general to play with because he's been a bad guy so many times. He's been a good guy so many times. He's so flexible. You can have him do whatever or be whoever. He can transform. You can do whatever you want with this character. This character, Loki, is so malleable to transform into whatever writing premise you want to do or portray. It's just individual. It's so special. It's such a great character. Yeah. I'm really excited to see where Kibblesmith takes him.
A side story I think we need from Kibblesmith too when I was reading this is what happened to Armadillo, because he was basically a bull in a china shop.
Yeah, totally.
He did not do his job well. So it's like, I wonder what the B rating and punishment was for him destroying like half of the casino, taking on Loki. So I want to throw that in there as well.
Thor and Loki are Marcia and Jan, Chad Johnson says in the live chat. Let's rate this thing and get out of here. Oh man, I'm right in the middle. I'm gonna go last. Adam, what do you rate it?
My gosh, I'm scared. I'm gonna say $3.99. The book.
You think Kibblesmith's listening, don't you?
No, I mean I'm just because I was thinking $2.99, but then when I think about it, it's like the book did what it's supposed to do. It was entertaining. It was fun. It set up perfectly. That cliffhanger at the end was very good. Or that button, whatever you want to call it at the end. I think the book did everything it was intended to do, to the point where I may just pick up issue 2.
Oh my gosh, that's a $3.99 for sure. If Adam's gonna buy the second issue,
so $3.99 for me.
God, that's like a perfect book. Anybody new listening to ComicCast, what we rate the books, you got 4 options. It has nothing to do with price. I don't know why we picked it this way. This is just what happened. Has nothing to do with the cost of the book. Nothing. It's basically 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star. It's discount bin's the worst rating. $1.99, $2.99, $3.99. So all $3.99 is perfect rating. So Jason, what do you rate it?
Oh, dude. I just want to show this real quick. The Iron Maiden fonts, as we talked about earlier in the show. So there's the other case of that fonts appearing in comics this week.
Dude, I loved the set. Was it the second page? Maybe the first page, where it was the big 1-page layout of. I've got it locked on you, so you can turn it around if you got it there.
Okay, yeah, sure. You mean this one? You mean with the
no? Go back. Is it before that or
this one?
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
Oh hell yeah, yeah!
I love that page.
Yeah, dude, totally. It's just beautiful, man. This has great artwork, great coloring. Dude, I love how there's Loki rolling the dice. It's pretty sweet. It's fun too because like the other comic we had this week with gambling was Conan the Gambler, and that was really cool too. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, I really love this panel of Nightmare. The villain, dude, he just looks so like metal. I just love it, dude. It's so cool. I love the art in this book, man. I love this. I had a good time with the story. It's like jovial. It's like, a little bit humorous, totally just adventurous, and I had a good time, man. I'm going to read them all, dude. I'm definitely going to give this a $3.99, bro.
Oh man, you guys are putting the peer pressure on me. It's like Adam said, this book was fun. The art was great. It did what it was supposed to do, but for me, a $3.99 has to be dude, I can't live without reading this book.
I feel you. You might have been like a little too silly maybe for you.
I don't know. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's just it was just fun.
I prefer more like serious subject matter or like little twisted kind of darker things, or like it's more suspenseful, kind of stories. And this is not that kind of book.
No.
At all, but like I still really had a good time with it, man.
I'm gonna give it a $2.99. $2.99. I like depressing stuff. I really do. That's why I love Jeff Lemire's stuff, man. I like depressing comic books.
Yeah, dude.
You just can't admit that your daughter's right, Boogie.
Shut up. I'm gonna hold this up real quick. This is a free. I said I was gonna do this, and then I forgot when we were talking about it. This is a digital code for Silver Surfer Black #2. It's gonna be first come, first serve. So everybody load up that marvel.com/redeem. And I'm going to hold up the code here so you guys can go get it. There you go. It's locked on me, holding it up there just long enough for you guys to grab it and go get a free issue of Silver Surfer Black #2, first come, first serve. And this is a great, you can easily read this without reading the first story, I think. You can at least enjoy it.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely.
So there it is.
Yeah,
somebody
sure,
go grab it. That's going to wrap it up for this. I'm going to skip the Book of the Week poll again. I'm just going to tweet it out. So follow us at ComicCast Pod. It's a really good poll this week. We got some good books out there. We'll be back next week, same time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Gaumer should be back, so we'll have the full cast of characters. But Adam, where can they find you on the old Twitter machine?
You can find me at Adam Wade Adams.
Jason.
You sure not at Frosty?
He's going to go look for it right now. at King Frosty.
I'm sure someone's already made it.
Yeah, you can find me at Jason Cantu 1, I think is what my handle name is. I've been trying to go on Twitter more because of you guys. So
that's the #1 branding thing you should learn is everything needs to be the same. You should have at Comics.
I know. I've gone through so many different like phases and pages. I have so much stuff that's all encompassing that I can't put it all in one, really. You know?
Yeah. I'm at Boogie Bentley. That's going to wrap it up. ComicCast issue 153. See you guys next week.